Okay, so I want to let y'all know what's going on. I'm right over here by the apartment complex where I was living with Marcus because I just want to document the position that these people have put me in. Told y'all I broke my packs of cigarettes last night, but here I am standing outside across from this cemetery that's right here, and I'm about to move around. I'm not finna stay in this area. It's gonna be a bunch of plotting on me. But when I gave him back the key last night, I didn't have anywhere to go. So the trains had stopped running, and I didn't want to go by the West End where the man had attacked me the last time that one of the times that Marcus had put me out of the home. And Marcus, I'm gonna tell y'all about what he told me when he called my phone. But he was trying to call my phone like he cared and like he felt so bad. He didn't even really act like he felt bad about what happened, but he was trying to call like he cared and everything. But he got a $1,400 check from the government, and you won't even offer to get me a motel room. And this is why I'm exposing this sexual violence against women, because it's sexual, it's ritual abuse. And then y'all out here being violent with one another, and something needs to be done about it because it caused me and my child to have to be out on the streets. So first of all, a lot of women sue for the emotional stress that people put on their bodies when they not even with child. So for me, with all the emotional stress that everybody is putting on my body, knowing that I was already tortured by the KKK while pregnant with this child, I'm documenting this shit for my own self. This man picked me up from over here, but I want to give y'all, not right here, it was way away from these apartments, but it was on the same street. But I want to give y'all a little information about what happened after I left that man's house that I spent the night at the first night. When I was at the West End, there was a black man that pulled up on me, and he was like, I told him, I said, I need a place to stay for the night, or just somewhere, just to sit right now. I could have went inside of the mall, but I didn't want to spend the last few dollars that I had on BS, and the man took me to this apartment. I rode on the back of his moped with him, and he brought me to this little apartment, and he was in there. What was real fishy about it was, he told me that he do music, and I was like, oh, that's cool, and he wanted me to listen to his music. Now, y'all know I'm working on my videos, and I'm exposing the entertainment industry. I'm exposing the political system. I'm exposing the things of God where they are corrupting it in the community. And he started talking to me about all these famous people that he knew, telling me somebody he very close to, very, very, very close to, is signed to Lecrae Records, this record label owned by Lecrae. And I told him I do a little music, I do a little gospel, but I didn't let him hear none of my songs. He was playing all his songs, and it was like he was distracting me from working on anything on my phone by trying to continue to have conversation with me. So we talked for hours, and supposedly he's supposed to let me just chill over there. So I was listening to stuff on my phone, and he was trying to distract me from even listening to anything on my phone or doing anything on my phone. And he kept asking me, are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? And I was like, yeah. Then so he started to fall asleep, and then he asked me, he was like, are you can I have sex with you, or whatever. And I told the man, I was like, no, I'm not doing that, because that's abuse. Everybody's seen what these people just did to me in this apartment complex right here, and they all in the house sleep, and I'm the main one who didn't have nothing to do with what they were doing. And these black women done come over there, and I posted with the scriptures the Luther Landing apartment set up, because me and the woman had the conversation where I told her that the man was threatening to shoot him in the head, and he's been threatening him to kill him for weeks. And then this happened a little after the same altercation where 10 guys tried to jump on him. 10 people, it was women included, tried to jump on him in the front of the apartments, and I had to get in between everybody multiple times to stop them from being violent with one another. And I told him that he needed to make sure that the police was aware of what was going on and to make reports about it. And I also told him to calm down and not be just trying to fight the guy. Well, when it was all said and done, the man was over there trying to have sex with me, and I said, no, ain't no way in hell that some random black guy think you gonna pick me up from by the West End Mall and bring me to your house. I need somewhere where I can go and chill for a second, and then you thinking that I'm gonna have sex with you after these people put me in a position where I have to be outside. They been staging shit the whole damn time. And when I first came here, I had some cigarettes, and I told Marcus, I said, if I come to your house with you, don't mistreat me, don't treat me bad, don't try to abuse me in no shape or form. And I told him, because I'm with child and it's too stressful for me, and I'll start back smoking. And as soon as I got in the house, after like a few days, he started with the psychological abuse and things like that. And I wasn't smoking like I'm doing now, but it's picking up. And my baby's movements were slower than normal. And I got rid of my cigarettes last night, but this black man was thinking that I was going to sit up and have sex with him after everything that took place. And I just felt like this is really abuse. And I didn't say nothing to the black man about it. I just told him. I didn't tell him the situation. I said some people staged some shit to have me outside. And he was like, oh, okay, okay. But then he tried to get me to have sex with him. And I said no. Then he got an attitude. And he started behaving differently. He was all talking about he was a man of God and letting me hear all their gospel records that they made with Lecrae, and and I could tell by the gospel music that they was making, like he was showing me his pastor and all the music that he make with his pastor, and they one of them worldly churches. Like they call themselves the new church, but they real worldly, like they trying to keep up with the times of what they doing in the secular realm, but then trying to rep Jehovah and all of that. So I knew something was up when he asked me to have sex with him. And then he offered to give me money. He was like, well, what do I have to do to get you to do it? What do I got to give you to get you to do it? And I was like, it's nothing you can give me to make me do it. Because I'm in a spiritual state where I've been being taken advantage of for a very, very, very long time. And people try to make me trust them. And then when I give them my body, it's a violation. It's a violation. Can I see your lighter, please? And then look how stressed I am. White chicks. And part of why I'm smoking this is how they try to do women in general, but black women especially. And so I was in my spiritual state. There was no way that I was gonna have sex with a stranger after what all I have been through with Marcus inside of the home. And I've been doing my best to protect myself with him. And then they think I'm going to have sex with some random black guy. So I said no. And he was like, I fell asleep for like maybe 15 minutes. And he was like, well, so what are your plans? What your plans is? And that I knew he was trying to basically put me out of his home because I wasn't willing to have sex with him. And then I was like, so what do you want me to leave? I said, what do you want to do? That's what I asked him. He said, oh, well, I want to find me somebody that's going to have sex with me. And then I was like, okay, well, I'll see myself out. He was like, well, I'm not telling you have to leave. And I was like, no, that's okay. I'll see myself out, because I already knew what he was building up to. He was building up to trying to manipulate himself into getting sex from me. So I left. I walked up the street. We ate a little shrimp while we was at his house, so I had eaten a little something. But for most of the day, we hadn't had anything to eat. And when I left his house, I walked back up to the West End. The mall was closed, and I realized I should have just spent my day to myself outside. It wasn't raining. It wasn't cold. You know, I could have went somewhere and actually worked on some things to expose the whole operation, instead of sitting up with some dude talking crap in my face. He was telling me a lot of worldly celebrities that he knows, and some of the celebrities that he was mentioning knew that I was in the back of the Montgomery County Jail, and they knew that I was being denied medical care. So I was kind of like, okay, you know, I don't think he'll be the type of Christian that I could tell what's really going on, because I had a vision that there would be people that would try to be cool with me, but once they found out that I was exposing people in the industry that they know, that they would try to side with them. And I understand that. I'm this broke, pregnant black woman outside smoking cigarettes, you know, and ain't nobody gonna want to take my side to stand up for me about what's been going on. So I left the man house, and when I went up to I think I ended up going to sit down by the West End, and the man that worked for Marta came and walked up there saying he had just got off work and that he wanted I asked him for a lighter, and I started going through my bag and throwing things out of my bag because in the trash can, because I could not carry everything that was in my bag. And the man was saying that I walked off. I got up, and after we talked, he was trying to talk to me, and I got up and I walked off. I was like, well, I'm finna go get on the train. It was getting late, and I needed to try to get on the train to get somewhere to charge my phone, because my phone had died. And the man followed me up to where you go in with the MARTA card, and he was like, let me talk to you. And so he came walking up to me, and we started talking, and he was like, he kept saying, oh, you going home to your boyfriend? And, you know, I feel like that's really a piece of shit for them to keep talking about your boyfriend when everybody knows that Marcus asked to be my boyfriend, and then he's over there selling me out. So for them to be talking about, oh, you going to your boyfriend, it's really like a slap in the face with them asking me those type of questions. So Marcus had talked to me before I had sat down at the West End, and said that he was coming up there to get him some food, and I told him I was at the West End already. And then he was like, well, I can meet you up there or whatever. And then I was like, he had called me when I was at the dude house. They were trying to get me to have sex with him, and he was like, you can come back to the apartments. The black lady, one of the black ladies over there, said that I can come over there, but I have to sneak around. And I said, why would I have to sneak around when everybody was wrong? Everybody that did what they did in the situation was wrong. And I just wanted him to admit that I didn't have anything to do with what they were staging. So he hung up the phone in my face. And then he called me back and said that he would meet me somewhere. And I was like, are you going to meet me somewhere because you're going to help us? And he was like, oh, it's nothing that I can do to help y'all. I'm just going to look out for myself or whatever. And I said, okay, well, there ain't nothing to talk about. And I hung up on him. So this black man was asking me, do you have a boyfriend and all of this? Can I be your man? Can I be your boyfriend? And I said no. I said the KKK tortured me and my child, and people are conspiring to have me outside on the streets. I said I don't need a boyfriend. I'm not in a state of mind to have a boyfriend or anybody. I don't need a relationship right now. I said we need help we need somewhere where we can have safe refuge. And the man was like, he was like, damn, he was like, did you try the free hotel? Now, I told y'all that they stole my identification. So there is no way for me to be able to go to anywhere and even apply for them to put me somewhere. So I told the man, I said, no, ain't no free nothing. I said, we need to get out of America, and we need people that can help us get out of the country. I need somebody that can help me and my children get out of the country because of what they are trying to do to me in the country. And I didn't even want to talk to the man about it, but he kept following me. So then he came, he was like, here, take my number. I'm waiting on my sister to bring me her car. Her husband is following her, and she gonna get in the car with him, and I'm gonna have my car. And I noticed a wedding ring on his finger, and I was like, he's probably lying.
I'm talking about the football player.
And because if he really wanted to help me, he would have been like, wait till my sister bring my car, and you can come with me. But instead, he gave me his number and was like, just call me, and I'll come pick you up from wherever you at. And he said, I'm gonna come wait up there with you by the trains. And I was like, no, that's okay. He pulled out a portable charger and plugged my phone into there. My phone was charging, and then Marcus and me was texting each other, and I was telling Marcus, this is fucked up what y'all doing, leaving me and this baby outside. And then so Marcus was making all these excuses and told me that he had got into a fight with the man who threatened to shoot him. And he said he beat him up, and said that that something about investigators was putting stuff on the door, asking to speak to him, and he might go to jail about the situation. And you know, I really didn't want to hear it because all of it was a bullshit to me. I don't know what really took place. I don't want to be around violence, so I'm glad that I was not there to actually see if this is true or not, because they have been making up a lot of lies around me. Marcus walked up the escalator and came over by me, and then he was trying to stand next to me as the other man, the Marta guy from Marta that was trying to talk to me, was standing right there. And I said, hell no. I was like, you're not finna sit up here in my face with some other man trying to talk to me, and then you gonna sit up here and try to have 2 plates of food that cost $24-$30 for the plates, and you ain't offering no kind of help or assistance to me and this baby after we done been up in your house for 2 months with you having sex with me every single night or getting an attitude with me if I'm not doing it. And then so hold on, they talking kind of loud. So when I put my camera on to film that he was leaving me up at the West End with a stranger, then he started walking off, and I just called him out, and I said, I'm not finna sit up here getting set up like this. And I just walked off and left the West End. And when I started walking off, I was highly upset, and I was like, I pulled out my Bible and I started praying, and this black man pulled past me and was like, girl, what you out here talking to yourself for and all of that stuff. And I was like, oh, so they gonna try to make it seem like I'm talking to myself and all this old kind of bullshit. And so I turned the corner, and I was like, I'm not finna walk up no hills because that put a lot of stress on my body. And I walked by Oakland City train station, and I turned down this little flat road, and I had my Bible, and the scripture came up, and it said, God brings the counsels of the heathen to nothing. And I said, whatever it is that they doing to try to plot on me and my life, God is bringing it to nothing. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And so this black man pulled up on me as I was getting myself right with the Lord as far as the situation, and he had like this little silver convertible, and he was like, come on, get in, sis, come on, get in. And then I got in the car with him, and he was a fat, heavy-set guy with a little goatee and a hat on, kind of light brown brother. And he was like, what's going on? And I was like, yeah, some people done staged some shit to have me outside on the streets. And he was like, man, that's fucked up. He was like, I done been homeless and stuff. And then he started pulling out all this weed, and all these drugs or whatever, talking about, oh, do you smoke? Come on, let's go somewhere and smoke, and all of this old kind of shit. And I told him, I said, I need somewhere where I could stay the night. And he was like, oh, well, I can give you somewhere to stay for the night and stuff like that. And he was like, do you think you can have sex with me, and I'll look out for you, give you enough money to get you off the streets and all of that old kind of stuff. And I said no. I was like, I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna be having sex with anybody or whatever. And then the man was like, he was like, let's get you something to eat and talk about it. And he pulled up to this Checkers that's right around the corner from here on Cascade Road. And I said I was just staying over there in this area. And the man was like, okay, well, this is what I want you to think about. Just think about it. If I give you money or whatever, will you just do it? We can have a good time. We grown, la, la, la. And I said, no. And then he was like, well, you on the streets. And he was like, I've been on the streets, and I know you got to do what you got to do to make sure you're not out here again. I said, they got a whole little agenda, a whole little operation to have me outside on the streets. And then he was like, no, you can't make excuses. It's your fault or whatever. And I said, first of all, it's trillions of people on this earth. I said, you don't know my story. You don't know what I've been through to tell me that people is not conspiring to have me out on the streets. And then he was like, well, what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? Like trying to get me to sell my body to him. And let me tell y'all, it was another man who had gave me his number, and he was saying, oh, I'll take you to the drive-in and I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you and all of this. And then he said to me, he was like, you grown, you about to be 40 years old, I'm not finna play a game with you, you gonna have sex with me and all of this all kind of stuff, and trying to get hostile and belittle me for telling him that I wouldn't agree to sex if he came and picked me up. And I told him that I had to leave a situation where they was mistreating me where I was at. And then so he was trying to get hostile, and I just blocked his number. So now this guy had me in the car with him, and in the middle of the drive-through, he pulled his car. He asked me, what you gonna do to get yourself out the street? You gonna let me give you some money for sex or whatever? And then I said no. And then so the man was like, well, what you gonna do? I said, I'm gonna put it in God's hand. I said, that's why when you picked me up, I had my Bible in my hands, because my God gonna take care of it. And then he was like, well, I believe in God. He said, but I can't be around people that bring up God and that talk about God. I can't be around nobody that talk about God. And then I was like, well, that's why I was not so quick to take the money from you when you offered me money for sex. That's why I wouldn't take it, because I know God gonna do something about what people is out here trying to do. And then so he was like, here, I'll just give you $20, just get out of my car, just get out of my car. And then he gave me $20 and I got out the car. And so I walked over here and I gave Marcus back his key. And Marcus was trying to say, get out of my house, because I had a key. So I just unlocked the door, walked in, turned on the light, gave him the key, and I said, curse you in the name of Jesus for having me and this baby outside like this. And I said, and you and everybody in this apartment is cursed. And I walked out after I gave him the key. But when I came in and gave him the key, he was like, what you doing in my house? What you doing in my apartment? What you doing in my house? You know, trying to be wicked. And I've been staying there too much, coming in and out with the key or whatever, and I understand they stage some shit, but I need to do that for myself. You know what I'm saying? I needed to do it for myself, give you back your key and curse you in your face, you know what I'm saying, about what you trying to pull. So I had walked to this store down there to get me a lighter. And then I walked back. They was closed, so I was coming back to get me a lighter from here. And I was finna walk down to just to try to get out the way and stay from around here. And all of a sudden, this black man whipped up on me. And I was like, I'm going to stay over in the area and I'm going to just document myself outside with child like this. And I'm going to document myself of the position that these black people keep putting me in to have me outside on the streets. And then this black man picked me up, and I already knew why he was trying to hurry up and pick me up, because what they trying to do is trying to make it seem like, it's people trying to help me and all of that kind of stuff, but they trying to displace me. I'll explain it a little bit better in a second. So if I'm outside around the apartment, then it's showing the position that these people over here are putting me in to have me and this baby outside. So when he picked me up, he would like basically he'll give me somewhere to stay tonight. They know I've been exposing the fact that they've been trying to make me have sex with them too. So the man was trying to make it seem like he wasn't trying to make me have sex with him, and he got me something to eat. And they've been messing with my visions and stuff and trying to keep me from being able to have enough sleep, and waking me up out of my sleep, startling me out of my sleep, making me forget the things that I'm seeing in the spirit. And so the man got up pissing in the morning, like showing his penis and stuff, and asking me about a boyfriend and all that old kind of shit. And when I got up there, I took a shower, washed my clothes, and I wasn't able to really document too much about my day because I was in the man's house, and I didn't want to be doing that, you know, in his house. So I just was like, I'll wait till tomorrow and let people know what's going on right now. So the man was like, he got to go to work at 2, and he dropped me off around the area where he picked me up from, which was around this area. And I'm standing out here, and there's nothing really open for me to go anywhere, but I'm about to move around from right here. And I just wanted to really document what was going on. So when I came up to the gas station, there was men telling me, oh, you know, he got into a fight with the dude and he beat the dude up and all of this shit. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm out here standing outside and everybody else is over there inside of the house. And they got me standing outside. And one thing that I did remember about my vision was God showing me, Andrea, do your hair. Do your hair. Take them braids down, oil your hair, and do your hair. And he blessed me because as y'all can see, like, I still got these little braids in my hair or whatever. And Marcus was asking could he see the wig that I had that I was gonna put on my head. And they trying to have me outside looking all bad. God showed me how to take care of my skin. He showed me what to wear. He showed me what to do to my hair to get my image together, because I'm on social media posting videos of myself of what's going on. And they trying to conspire to where I don't have anywhere to groom myself as a female. So what their plot is to bring me up in their houses, either leave me outside or bring me up in their houses, and then make me have to leave to where I can't really groom myself. So they don't want me have nowhere to really groom myself to be able to do my hair or do my face or anything, to where they can be talking about me in the way that I look and all this old kind of shit. And the Lord have already shown me how beautiful I am when I'm up to par. And he told me that they were jealous, and I'm gonna have to do my hair outside. I'm gonna have to take these braids out of my hair outside. I'm gonna have to re-braid my hair for underneath my wig outside, and then I'm still gonna have to find ways to keep myself up as a woman while I'm out here, because that's part of the plot. Is if somebody bring me in their house late at night, I don't have enough time to groom myself or do anything for myself. And then if I come sit over their house in the daytime, it's like they making it like, oh, she a stranger, ain't nobody gonna let you go in their bathroom and get yourself together. You some homeless woman that they just picked up off the streets, you know. And then